We have our boy Kurt Jones who has something to say here. Take it over, Kurt.
Yeah, it's your boy Kurt Jones reporting live from Gleason's Gym, Brooklyn, New York. You already know we had the Media Day workout for exciting night of boxing on October 14th. Barclays Center, Lara versus Gausha, Charlo versus Lubin, Trout versus Hurd is going down in Brooklyn, you know what I'm saying, the mecca of boxing, the home of Biggie and Jay, you know what I'm saying, the birthplace of Michael Jordan, you know what I'm saying. Shout out to my man Rocket from Queens, you already know. Shout out to this pretty lady right here, it's your boy Kurt Jones right here, Kiss the Heart. How about I just kiss that lady?
Thank you. Oh.
You're the veteran of this division, you've fought everyone. You think people are overlooking you a little bit?
That's been my whole career, man. They overlooked me my whole career. Before I was fighting just to get noticed, then I'm noticed. You know, now I'm fighting just to get my respect. So, you know what I mean, I'm not worried about that overlooking. Like, please sleep on me.
What would it mean to get a belt back at this point in your career?
It means the world. That means, you know what I mean, I could get back to doing what I plan on doing. That's being the undisputed champion.
Perfect. That's all I need.
Awesome. You were an unknown as far as publicity is concerned when you fought Miguel Cotto.
Right.
Who's this guy? He has a title. Where did he get this title from? Nobody knows that you beat Rigoberto Canelo to earn that title, and then defending him against Cotto, he said this guy had no chance.
This is the thing, though. The way he got his titles, the system gave it to him. And meanwhile, I had to fight and go to Mexico to fight the Mexican champion. You know what I mean? I had to put my dues in to get to my belt. And then once I got my belt, I still didn't get the respect I feel like I deserved. It wasn't until I beat Cotto's ass that the people started saying, oh, Trout can't fight. Nah, I've been able to fight my whole career. So, you know what I mean? He hasn't had to do what I've had to done to get to where he's at. And I've done more after winning the belt than he has to get the belt.
Right. So, as a pun, no doubt you have been the better junior middleweight in this whole country.
No doubt. No doubt I'm the best junior middleweight in this country. And, you know, the cream's going to rise to the top Saturday night. And I'm going to start and set the bar real high so these other guys behind me, they're going to have to go ahead and look at me and watch me because I'm going to be the one that they're going to have to fight soon.
You think being a southpaw is an advantage? Because I see Bud Crawford. I mean, the guy is the most prolific, ambidextrous fighter in the world, and he has to be successful in both ways.
Right. Nah, the southpaw is definitely an advantage. Even as a southpaw, I don't like fighting southpaw, so I can imagine how right-handers must really hate fighting southpaw, especially a smart southpaw like myself. So yeah, it's like what Ali told Marvin Hagler, you got 3 strikes against you. You can fight, you're black, and you're left-handed.
So that's 3 strikes against you. So do you feel that you have those 3 strikes against you?
Absolutely. And then, you know, we'll make a 4th strike. I'm born in New Mexico, so the demographic is not too kind to people with my stature.
So this will be a redemption for you, above all, because you are considered the veteran. These are all young dudes who got titles, but this is the veteran trying to stay in the limelight.
Well, you know, it's not even about trying to stay in the limelight. It's about solidifying my legacy. You know, whether the light's on or not, you're gonna have to look at my record and look at my resume and respect it. Yeah.
Thanks. Anything you're gonna have to say to the Barclay crowd come Saturday?
Oh yeah, we about to set the bar high. It's about to be fireworks for however long he could take it.
Thank you.
Nah, we got more.
Just to get straight into it, man, will the winners fight the winners? How important is that to you?
I mean, there's been no talks about it, you know, no serious talks about what's next or anything like that, but I don't see why not. You know what I mean? My goal is to get a belt and then get the rest of the belts. And, you know, Saturday, that's going to be 1 belt, and there's 2 other belts on the line that I want. You know, if Cotto wants to stop picking on little guys, he might give me that belt too.
Is that like a legacy fight that you'd want, you and Cotto? Is that like another guy you would want like on your resume, even though this is supposed to be his last fight with Saddam Ali? Or get your opinion on that?
Yes, and that's because he has a WBO title.
Okay.
I won all the belts, and he messed up and got himself a belt. The WBO owes me that belt anyway. We'll talk about that later, man.
last question, guys.
Finally, a message to all your fans in El Paso and New Mexico.
Borderlands, stand up. We about to bring another belt home. Bringing the IBF like Johnny and Danny did. But now it's going to have Austin Trout's name on it. I cannot wait. I hope y'all are excited as I am.
Thanks, everyone.
We have a super welterweight triple header coming to the Barclays Center on Saturday, October 14. We have Erislandy Lara, who will be defending his title against Terrell Gausha. Then Jermell Charlo will go up against Erickson Lubin. And last but not least, Jarrett Hurd will face Austin Trout. Once again, that's Saturday, October 14th. It's at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York, and it'll be broadcast live on Showtime.
You got to train for the 12 championship rounds. That's the most important thing, to stay in shape and your conditioning. Hard work beats talent all the time. So
What you do, running mountains or something, man?
well,
Like a high altitude?
running, training, period, man. Intense training. Fighting like training as if we were in a fight already. So, just keep the pace high when we're training and things like that.
You probably could do a 15 rounder. You old school.
Oh yeah,
so
most definitely, man. You already know.
Love this style.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
If you would compare Trout to anybody else you ever faced, would you say he's like a tough
Oh yeah, he's definitely the toughest. As far as comparison, I think I don't see me having fought anyone quite like Austin Trout, but as far as competition, I feel like he's my toughest competition.
Okay. When it comes to the Tony Harrison fight, a lot of people, some people thinking that he has an edge. They just basing it off of that fight. Do you feel you needed to improve anything from that fight, or what?
Oh yeah, definitely, man. I feel like my footwork was a little sloppy that fight. And I kept.
I had never seen you get hit that much.
Yeah. My defense too a little, man. But what it was is that I was letting Tony Harris use angles on me and slide out the side door. I should have cut the ring off a little better. With my feet work, I was just going straight instead of using angles myself. So other than that, man, we've been working on our footwork, making sure that these guys can't move and dance circles around me.
Okay, so you see this fight more of a chess match, a little bit of...
Oh yeah, it's definitely going to be more of a mind game in there than the physical strength or youth. What I mean? It's going to be definitely a mind game.
Okay, is there anyone else, not looking past them, but is there anyone, since there's so much going on at 154, anybody else on your hit list?
Oh yeah, most definitely, man. This is the card to display the 154-pound talent. So, we definitely want Lara. We definitely want Jermell Charlo, the winner of that fight with Lubin. So, one of those guys, and Terrell Gausha, if he comes up with an upset.
Give me predictions on them two fights, Charlo and Lubin.
With the Charlo fight, I'm going to have to go with Charlo because it is not to say that fight's not 50-50 because we really don't know what Lubin can do. This is his first time on the stage like this, and no telling, man, if he go out there and, show off. So, but as far as experience, as far as him, Charlo being there, I'm going to go with Charlo. And with the Lara fight, I don't think Terrell Gausha is quite on Lara's level right now, and I feel like Lara is going to take that fight over.
Okay. Anything else you want the fans to know about this fight, or anything else on your mind before I let you go, man?
Oh yeah, man. Just know that, like I said, this is a display for the 154-pounders Saturday night, and y'all talking to the one that's right now that's going to be on top.
All right, Jarrett Hurd, y'all.
Thanks, man. Thanks, man.
Are you fighting somebody that you admired a little bit?
Oh yeah, man. We was always rooting for Austin, But like I said, to be honest with you, I used to watch him on TV all the time. When he won this fight with Cotto, I was rooting for him.
Yeah.
And, we was always rooting for Austin, man. But like I said, it's just respected. He's a respectful guy, nothing personal, just business, and he's in the way right now.
In his media interviews, he made some comments that he fought some real Olympians and guys who made it into the Olympics with undefeated records, and that you're just, on paper that you're nobody special. How do you respond to that?
He'll find out Saturday. He'll find out Saturday. We don't need to talk much. I did what I had to do in the amateurs. That's why, the USA Boxing, they made a big stink about me turning pro. And that's why I moved at this fast pace I moved at. I haven't fought anybody with a losing record. And, I feel like that prepared me for what's going on, what's in front of me now. I'm fighting for the world title. And I feel like I'm a young veteran.
This is a little bit of a round robin, man. I gotta ask, will the winners fight the winners?
I hope so. I hope I get to fight for another belt right after. I get the unified belts.
Is that your plan to unify the four division?
Yeah, I want to take over the whole division. At just being so young, 22 years old. I just turned 22 last weekend, and I definitely want to unify the belts as soon as possible.
Is devil's advocate, what do you say to the people who say this is a little bit too soon for you, that they're throwing you in there with, you know, the quote-unquote lion, and that you're a little young, you know, a little green?
Like, that's a bad excuse. Like, is that really what people are saying, that I'm just too young? That's all you got to say? You know what I mean? You know, I've been doing this my whole life. I'm a young veteran, like I said before. You know, I've been in all types of situations. Even in the amateurs, you know, when I fought a few dudes, they were telling me I'm too young. Or like, you know, because I was fighting grown men early. I fought grown men early. I've been beating up on grown men since I was about 13 years old. You know, a lot of people thought it was too soon or it's too early for me. And I go in there and I just prove them wrong. You know, that's just more motivation for me. That's more fuel to my fire. And, you know, it's no different on Saturday night. You know, I'm fighting for the WBC title. The WBC title at just 22 years old. The green belt, yeah, man. And that right there, you know, that's big motivation for me, you know. You know, to stop me right now, you gotta kill me. You gotta kill me to stop me right now. I'm at that point. I feel unstoppable. You know, had a great training camp, great sparring. You know, I'm just in, you know, terrific shape. You know, both fighters, we always come, you know, in great shape. Both of us, we always come in great shape. But now it's all about who wants it more, who's gonna come out on fight night and be on their P's and Q's, who's gonna be one step ahead. And I feel like I'm that fighter. You know, I always come, I never fold when the lights come on. You know, it's always hammer time.
Everybody knows Jack and Sledge, but you also got a little bit of, you know, Floyd Mayweather slickster style to you too. When you want to turn it on at any given point in time, what can the fans expect? It's going to be a boxing match, or are you going straight in for the knockout?
Like I said, I know how to adjust, and you know, whatever works. You know, I'm gonna go in there. I always come ready to fight. I always come with fireworks, and I'm definitely gonna, you know, I'm definitely gonna get my respect early. I'm gonna get my respect. Oh yeah, hands are wrapped, baby. The Jack and Sledge, baby. In these type of situations, I feel like, you know, I gotta keep my composure. You know, there's a lot of cameras, there's a lot of lights action, but I feel like, you know, I was born to do this. So, you know, I'm keeping my composure, and I'm gonna let it all out Saturday night.
He has said that the level of sparring that he's gotten is just tremendous. Talk about yours and your camp a little bit. Compare and contrast that maybe.
I mean, like I said, we're both going to come in here, you know, fully prepared. And it's all about who wants it more. And I feel like there's nobody in this division that wants it more than me. You know, he's been sparring Earl Spence. That doesn't mean a thing. You know, Earl Spence, you know, I feel like that's some hard sparring, you know, for a fight. And, you know, me and Earl Spence, you know, respect to him. He's a great champion. But, you know, our similarities, we got definitely some similarities, but, you know, snatching the body and, you know, with the pressure. But, you know, I'm a way different fighter from Earl Spence. You know, he's a 147 pounder, I'm a 154 pounder. And, you know, I definitely move my head more than Earl Spence. I move more than Earl Spence. And, you know, I'm tired of talking. I just want to, you know, go out there Saturday night and do what I got to do and win that world title.
Despite Lubin, you talked about him sparring with Errol Spence. Now I heard it was talks that you were supposed to work with Danny Jacobs.
Yeah, but Danny Jacobs, you know, he was going in and out of Cali. You know, he just inked that deal with Matchroom Boxing. So, you know, we couldn't get that work. But Andre Rozier has a great stable of, you know, Russian fighters, Ukrainian fighters. You know, I got tons of sparring. I got over, you know, 60 rounds of sparring. So I'm fully prepared. You know, I went about 10 to 12 rounds every time, even 14 rounds. So, you know, I'm definitely prepared. My sparring was great. You know, I think all my sparring partners.
We have a super welterweight triple header coming to the Barclays Center on Saturday, October 14. We have Erislandy Lara, who will be defending his title against Terrell Gausha. Then Jermell Charlo will go up against Erickson Lubin. And last but not least, Jarrett Hurd will face Trout. Once again, that's Saturday, October 14th. It's at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York, and it'll be broadcast live on Showtime.
Jermell, did you believe that maybe your fight should be the main event? Because I hear a lot of people saying that, and I tend to believe maybe it's the most interesting fight to me on paper.
Yeah, it's a good fight. It's you know, definitely a fight that most people would rather see. If I wasn't on the card, I don't believe people would even be paying attention to it as much. Not just me being on the card, but my opponent. And he's a young stud, and who comes to bring heat. He comes to win a world title, and I'm defending him on that.
Hey, Jermell, does this fight kind of remind you of when your brother fought against Julian Williams, because he's undefeated and there was a lot of talk about him?
Definitely,
definitely. Motivate you to work on that?
I used that fight my brother had with Julian Williams. I used that in a Hadley, but actually it's this now. You know, but I'm keeping it very quiet. I'm being quiet. I've been closed-mouthed. I've been strong, training, doing everything I have to do, eating right, taking care of my family, my life, and just living. And I see some of the stuff on the back end. I muted all this, just discombobulated from it. I don't need it. And you know what? This that fight. You know, I guess this that fight that I've been showing the world. But I guess it's more of that fight that's more noticeable because you have more 54-pounders. But if you have been already noticing, me and my brother have been destroying and demolishing, no matter if you're undefeated, no matter what you got in front of us right now. I don't have a title. He don't have a title. I'm 0. He's 0. I don't know nothing about you. You don't know nothing about me. Let's go and fight.
Have you been tempted to maybe respond because there has been some stuff said by him? He's confident, maybe.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
Let a fighter build it. I mean, if I'm building up fighters and I'm helping them get their name up there, okay, cool. You got to make a living too. So I don't know. Maybe you'll be another opponent for someone else, I guess. You know, right now I have a legacy and God has got a plan, and whatever this plan is, I'm gonna go through it. I'm gonna live through it, and we gotta just continue to whatever happens next. You know, it's nothing I can think about right now. I just gotta get in there and do my job. He do his job, best man win.
On paper, is Lubin the best guy that you've fought from what you've seen on tape and on paper?
That ain't a question I ought to answer. That's a question for you to answer yourself. How you gonna ask me if Lubin is the best opponent on paper? When I done fought people that went to the Olympics, not somebody that didn't go to the Olympics. I done fought undefeated fighters before. I'm 29-0, so on paper, you can't talk about on paper. I got a lot of fights in my career. I don't worry about what's on paper and what's not.
Do you feel you're getting the fights that you want, the big fight?
I mean, I'm the champ of the world. I have to face number one. It's not about what fights I want, because if the fights that I want, I wouldn't be able to get because of politics and boxing. So I try not to get too deeper into that. I've been avoided. You know, a lot of fighters been ducking and dodging the Charlos, and there's nothing that we can do about that. But only just, this is a living for me as well as it's a hobby, and as well as it's, something that I love. So it's not about avoiding a fight. It's more about, knowing your position, knowing you at the time, and taking advantage of it.
You know, as an American, I want to thank you for your helping out Houston. How damaged was your area in Houston, and what are the conditions there?
Well, I live in Houston. I own a house in Houston. I own a house in California as well. But I normally go out of town to train, so the effectiveness of my personal life wasn't too bothered. My area was really jacked up, but thank God I was able to get under it and help myself and as well help others. It is bringing the city of Houston together because of Harvey. People from the NFL, people from the NBA, different people, boxers, everyone is coming together. I've seen a significant drop in my gym that I own out in Houston, which is 8,700 square feet. You look around like where everybody at, but completely forgot that the areas around it was affected and flooded. And so we talking like you drive down the street and you just see couches and everything that's inside someone's house, the sheetrock, the walls, wood, everything on the outside waiting to be picked up, but you just still see a small foundation, or you see something, so, that's big, a lot of people will never understand it if you're not there. It's just hard for me to explain to you what happened in Houston if you're not driving down these streets and you're not there around the time that it flooded. I know Regis Gray, who's a boxer as well, he had to get on boats. My neighbors had to get on boats, but unfortunately I wasn't there. My house, I have still stuff to do to bounce back, but we got one stage in front of us right now, and this stage will get me to a point to where I can help myself and others.
You ready for the 12th round?
Yes, of course. I'm more than ready for 12.
It is Kristal.
And tell me what most impresses you about Lara.
I'll say he's a crafty fighter, pretty good mover. He uses his feet work pretty well.
In your experience, tell us, how do you get the confidence for this fight?
It's just being put in them tough tasks, being two-time national champ, going to the Olympics, fighting overseas. The pressure come with making the Olympic team. It just built me for this moment.
Super excited when you finally getting the title shot. And you're going to walk off with your hands raised?
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm real confident that I walk away with the world title. I'm blessed as well as happy that it happened. It's been a long road, but we're here now. Hard work pay off.
You're a top amateur Olympian and you fought all over the country. Does that bode well when you turn pro?
Yeah, it gives me a lot of confidence because there's a lot of styles that I've dealt with. You know, it's nothing I really never seen before. Having that experience, going to the Olympics, having all them people watch me, the pressure, you know, it's something I'm made for the bright lights.
What about the remarks about the fact that you're fighting a veteran champ? He's undefeated, he's been around, he's an old veteran, and you don't see but a youngster coming out and threatening him. And what does that make you feel? Or how does that make you feel?
I like it, man, because, you know, he got a lot of experience, he's crafty. I haven't been in with the type of fighters he's been in there with. So that pressure, I use it for my advantage because it's a big, when I win, it's going to be a big notch for me to show I'm the top of my division. That's what I want. That's what we work for.
Does it feel, do you feel that he will be overconfident because of the fact that you're nothing but a baby still in Pampers and you're coming out of nowhere?
I feel like he's a champion, so I know he knows what he's up against. So I feel like he's trained real well. I'm looking for the best Erislandy Lara come fight night because I train hard and I'm ready.
Hey, Terrell, with everyone, you know, basically picking Lara to win this fight, I mean, is that just more motivation? And what was your reaction when you just heard so many people like, oh, Lara wins this fight easy or whatever?
Yeah, I mean, this is not the first time I've been an underdog, probably in my pro career, but, you know, I know how to handle those situations. It ain't about what they think, it's about what I know I can do, you know. And of course they're gonna think that because he's been in there with guys like Paul Williams, Canelo. I just haven't had my chance to display my skills at that level yet, but I'm here now.
What would you say is his best attribute and what you want to nullify?
We have to go in there and see, because you never know. People bring different styles to the table, but I know he has a pretty good movement, and he's a sharp puncher, but I'm looking forward to nullify all that.
With your international experience, I'm sure you're used to the Cuban style and everything,
yeah,
right? So does that give you a little bit of an edge versus someone else who might go against Lara?
Yeah, I had a lot of fights. I can't even count how many. So I've been doing this since the age of 10. I look forward to these big fights somebody with a name. You know, because a lot of guys you fight, they might be good, but they don't have the name. But Erislandy Lara got the name. He got the credentials, and I'm looking forward to beating him come Saturday night.
Anything else you want to say to the fans? Anything else on your mind, man?
I just want to say thanks for everybody that's been supporting me from day one. Everybody's been behind me. I'm going to go out there and represent to the best of my ability and then come back away with that belt.
All right, good luck.
Thank you, man.
What do you feel he does?
A lot of people asking about someone that you're not fighting on Saturday. They're not talking about Gausha. Let's give Gausha the respect first to talk about him first. Lara, what do you see in your scouting report on Gausha?
Dice, obvio que todo el mundo quiere que tú peleas con los otros campeones, pero vamos a darle respeto al oponente tuyo. ¿Qué tú viste de oponente? ¿Qué tú sabes de tu oponente?
Sinceramente no he visto nada del oponente mío. Solamente sé que perteneció a unos Juegos Olímpicos, fue la preselección del Team USA. Yeah, that's it.
He said, be honest with you, I mean, I don't know much about Gausha. I know he's an undefeated, young, hungry kid who's an Olympian, but I don't know much about him. He needs to be worried about what I'm bringing to this table.
You're a pound for pound top 10 guy. Me and him were talking about it, and he said, why aren't more people saying that? Probably because too many people avoid you. Who is the one person that you are most pissed about avoiding you?
Dice que libra por libra tú eres uno de los mejores 10. Mucha gente no te están dando el respeto a eso porque nadie quiere pelear contigo. ¿Con quién tú quieres pelear si puedes decir uno?
Yo voy a seguir primero barriendo en los 154. Voy a barrer con todos los 54 que haya. Y para demostrar que estoy entre los 10 primeros del mundo y quiero pelear con lo que se den. Quiero pelear con la revancha con Canelo, con lo que se den. Yo no escojo boxeadores.
He says, you know, first off, I don't choose my fighters, but most importantly, I'm going to clean out the whole 154-pound division. There's a lot of great undefeated young fighters now, so I'm going to start by cleaning the whole division out, showing why I'm still the best here. And like he says, the Canelo rematch is a fight I think there's unfinished business there. Golovkin, there's business that we have to settle. You know, those are the guys that I want to fight, the top guys at that weight class. With Canelo, great fighters like Mayweather, great fighters. When you have a close fight, you right the wrong. You fix it. You prove to fans who was the real winner of the fight. Well, Canelo knows who was the winner of the fight, and he doesn't want to do that fight again.
Aren't you just too talented, though? Isn't the risk reward too bad because you're too good?
¿Tú crees que tú eres demasiado bueno, por eso no quieren pelear contigo.
Ellos saben la clase de boxeador que yo represento y la clase de problema que resuelve a todos los boxeadores. Yo creo que por eso.
Everyone knows the risk that I bring to the table. They know the type of boxer I am, and they know that I'm a hard fighter to deal with. But me speaking on that, if you look at Canelo's pay-per-views outside of Cotto and outside of Golovkin, Lara was the highest pay-per-view with Canelo. So people can say what they want, but names is what drives pay-per-views.
Good stuff. Thank you.
You jumped on stage to get that Canelo fight. That's really the only reason he took it. You think you're going to have to do the same thing when it comes to Gennady Golovkin?
Maybe, yo creo que sí. Maybe hay que hacer lo mismo, o si no, ahí se lo dejo a mi manager a que se encarguen de eso. Si hay que subir, se sube.
He says, if I have to do that, I'll do that. You know what I'm saying? But me personally, that was a different time now. He's the best 54-pounder in the world. The 54-pounders need to get on stage and call him out if they want to be the best. Guys like Hurd and Charlo, they say they're the best. Well, you got to beat the best to be the best, period. The way, Vernon Forrest beat Mosley, you go down the records, you got to beat the best to be the best. And that's just reality at 54.
What happened with the Hurd and the Andre negotiations?
Well, and Andre has not been ordered by the WBA. It's going to be ordered next. That's the fight he wants. That's the fight he loves. Now we got to sit down at the table, and Andre needs to realize that his value is not very high right now. He's fought him twice in 5 years or something like that. So he needs to realize he's the B-side and do what you got to do. We've taken money. Lara fought Paul Williams for $100,000. Lara took the short end with Angulo. He took the short end with Trout. This was not something that was happened overnight. This is something that we had to earn. So other fighters need to do the same when they want this opportunity.
And how did the Hurd negotiations fall out?
There was never no negotiations with Hurd. Hurd's team did not want to fight Lara at all in his first defense. They made that very clear. You could go back and see the articles. They want nothing to do with Lara.
How frustrating has it been to not fight a big name in the last 3 years?
Eso para mí ha sido una bendición. No peleo de enero, voy a pelear ahora. Quiere decir que mi carrera se extiende más y voy a durar más en el boxeo.
Y lo importante son las bolsas.
Y lo importante es la bolsa, a veces es frustrante.
Hey, thank you for your service in Houston. And how much did it affect your camp at all? Was it flooded or?
Gracias a todos por lo que hiciste en Houston. ¿Te afectó un poco el campamento por la agua, el gimnasio un poco?
No, solamente me afectó 3 días que no pude ir a entrenar al gimnasio, pero me mantuve corriendo en mi casa y no fue nada grave.
He says thank you very much. Obviously blessings to everyone in Houston and all the catastrophes across the world and Florida, Puerto Rico, Mexico, everywhere. He said it affected him, for about 3 days, but he stayed in shape. He stayed at his house. He stayed training, so he was able to stay focused.
And I'm Kristal Hart reporting from Gleason's Gym in Brooklyn, New York. Hope you've enjoyed the show. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you at the fights.